Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. A lot of you guys were asking me to react to Unleash the Avatar's recent gameplay trailer that was out on Varun Maya's channel. So here is my reaction to Unleash the Avatar as a game developer myself. Now, let me start off by the biggest thing about the game. A lot of people and there's a lot of hype around the game claiming it to be a AAA title, but this is basically just the hype around the game. This is just the people talking and giving the tag of a AAA title to it. It is not a AAA game as mentioned by the studio itself. It's a very high quality indie title that they are working on. In fact, in the gameplay trailer itself, they have mentioned that it is produced by an independent game studio that makes it qualify as an indie title. Unlike that other idiot, over optimistic, over ambitious Nikhil Malankar guy who is self-proclaimed Mumbai Gullies as a AAA title. I'm happy that this studio is not taking that stance. Okay, moving on to the actual gameplay trailer now. A lot of people are now saying that the game's quality, the visual quality, is so much more better than what was showcased in the first trailer, and I would 100% agree with that. The gameplay trailer of this new game is 100% so much more better than what was showcased early on, in terms of visual fidelity, in terms of the overall lighting, in terms of the entire water simulation and all that looks very, very beautiful. Now I want to talk about it from a technical perspective. All right, building a game is difficult. Making even a simple 2D game is difficult, and making something of this scale is so much more difficult, because you're not just looking at game design, you're looking at camera angles, you're looking at graphics, you're looking at code going on in the background, you're looking at the parry system, you're looking at this entire combination of multiple 3D characters interacting with each other. Then there is dialogues, etc., etc. So overall, from a tech perspective, it's a great effort. And especially for a studio being built from India, building this from India is a very, very big challenge. I would know because I've gone down that route, and I personally know how difficult it is to build something of this scale. So, from my side, the efforts for this game's development process are, hats off to them, genuinely. And it's mentioned that about 40 people have worked on this demo so far, and they've claimed it to be the early alpha footage. So for an early alpha footage, it's a very good amount of progress. With the team size of 40, I'm estimating that the game's development budget has already gone in few crores. Okay, like, just if you look at the pure manpower behind this game's development effort. Also, Varun has already mentioned that there are no AI generated assets used in this game, which means that everything is handmade, everything is kind of created manually. So keeping that process into account, easily the dev budget of this early alpha footage as well has run into a few crores. I can say without a shred of doubt on that part. Now let's talk a little bit about the gameplay part. People are kind of not happy with the gameplay part as far. But I think one important thing to notice over here is that this is an early alpha footage, okay, and the game's development cycle is not finished yet. It's gonna take some time for the game to finish. So be rest assured that there will be significant improvements as we move forward into this development process. Obviously, anything significant takes time. You can't really expect a magical output within a few months of development. Development also is a part and parcel of taking a lot of feedback from audience. So what this game needs to do now is it needs to actually give the build to multiple people, showcase it around, and take their feedback to improve on the juice aspect of the gameplay. I think they've nailed the graphics part. I think graphics look fantastic. But now what will make or break the game is the actual gameplay of the game. All right. The game design. What is the core loop of the game? How do you move from point A to point B? What is that activity that repeatedly makes the player want to come back to the game? From a story perspective, I think it's a very strong plot line over there. I think it's a very intriguing story. I really liked the intro visuals wherein those I don't know if it would be right to call them babas, or I don't think they are also claiming them to be agoris, because they have a different terminology for that. But that entire scene was very powerful. I think the cinematics of that, the camera angles looked fantastic. The dialogue delivery and all was pretty good. They have, made the dialogues in English. I would assume from their side that that is because they wanted the game to have a global appeal, because obviously there's a huge market out there for new indie titles that can really work out in the global market. And I'm assuming that this game is going to be deployed on PC and consoles. So the major market for PC and console games is outside of India, and thereby it becomes strategic as well as important for the game to have a global appeal. Maybe they might have a Hindi voiceover in the future. I don't know, but I think it would be interesting to watch out how this game pans out in the future. Additionally, I've also seen that the game is getting a lot of hype in China, which is surprising and positive as well. Obviously, games like these need global support and coverage on the global level as much as they possibly can. So I'm super duper happy on that part, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the game improves in the subsequent builds that they show us. What would also be interesting is to actually get hands on with the game, but I would say that with a little bit of caution is when you showcase the build in video format, that's great. You kind of get feedback from people. I would say that getting the game accessible to public would be a bit too early on right now for the game's life cycle. So it would be interesting to actually play this game, of course, but from a perspective of public showcases, I would say that we are probably not going to get a public showcase wherein we will get to try this game any sooner, because obviously the game needs a lot more work in its current context. In terms of the gameplay itself, I'm not much of a Souls player myself, so it would not be right for me to comment on the gameplay aspect of it. But I would go with the general public sentiment is that people want the combat to be a little bit more juicy and rewarding. People are talking a little bit on the aura farming scene, wherein they are probably not liking it as much. So maybe that can be something that can be revisited. Once again, I think the battle is not lost till the game is not launched yet. So it will be incredible to see some amazing progress on this game, keeping into account the feedback that has been received. One personal thoughts on the entire positioning of the main character. The main character, unfortunately, is also not being received so well, with people saying that the main character is not matching with the thematic of the entire environment. I think what the team is going for, and this is quite apparent from the game's thumbnail as well, the gameplay trailer's thumbnail, is that they are going for a very Lord Krishna type vibes with the main character, with the entire chakra and all. So I think they are going for the main character to represent Lord Krishna in some way, shape, or form. So I think that's great, but that also needs to be done very sensitively, because we are dealing with subjects that might potentially be offensive to a certain set of people. So tread carefully on that part. But I think the game is kind of experimenting with new mechanics, new systems, and also that's quite interesting to see. Overall, I feel that it's a great effort from the EOS team, and I really appreciate Varun Maya's effort in this direction, taking a risk in trying to push the game dev scene from India a little bit further. So, Varun, all the best to you and your team. Overall, great stuff. All the best to you, Varun. All the best to Unleash the Avatar. And I look forward to see some more amazing progress. And don't mess up like that guy, Nikhil Malankar. Please. All the best.